I guess a little bit. So my name's Alex, and then
My name's Nick, and I guess we met not too long ago from work and started lifting together pretty early on, surprisingly, which it's extremely tough to get a workout partner, especially one that's consistent to work out with you because scheduling matching up and all that good stuff. But since working out with Alex, I've been more consistent than ever, and I've been able to push myself more, and yeah, it's been a great time.
so yeah, no, that's a good thing to bring up. I guess how we met. Yeah, at work, and then just started talking about lifting and how you used to own your own gym. That's a whole other thing we could talk about as well.
Yeah, that's a story for sure.
That's a
I can
kind of thing.
briefly go over that, but
We'll go over that in another episode. But yeah,
Sure.
so basically, yeah, I met Nick. I heard him talking about like how he used to have his own gym, and I was like, I just started recently working out, like last September, and I thought I knew what I was doing, but not. And once I met Nick, it brought me to a whole nother level of thinking and like, how much more is out there, and because from what I knew, it's just like, oh, you just have a day for bicep or arms, chest, legs. You do legs once a week. Just
just the bro split, just the
the bro split.
go till I get tired kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I never really knew the science behind it or like the reps or like, how to actually get stronger. I was getting stronger, but not in the way I'd like to.
Yeah, not super measurable or trackable or very objective in a way. And typically when somebody just first starts working out, they're going to get a result and they're going to get a little bit better just because it is so brand new that you're very sensitive to growth and progress. But as you get out of that beginner phase, it becomes that much more harder to get a result. So you have to be a little more intelligent with what you do. So I really like helping people out get past that because that's where I was too. I was in the gym doing just bro splits also. And when I started working out, there wasn't a whole lot of content on the internet. There was just kind of bodybuilding.com forums. There was T Nation. There was the magazines, but I never really got the magazines. So it really wasn't like fitness YouTube or fitness podcasts or a whole lot of info out there. So I was doing a lot of stuff that just didn't work. But ultimately, still just getting into the gym and lifting weights. And that's, if you don't know anything, like that's still way better than sitting on the couch. And being sedentary. Props to anybody that is still going to the gym because that takes a lot of effort in itself of just like getting started, getting going, and adhering to that and staying consistent.
It's a part of like the progression. I guess it's just part of the progression. The more you do it, the more you learn, and the more you learn, the more you do it. I guess you just learn these new things along the way that help you progress maybe to something else. Yeah, that's ultimately like why I wanted to do this podcast. When I brought it up, Nick, just confirmed it. That was a good idea. I don't know when we came up with this idea. We were working out one day, and then we decided because we just have these random talks all the time about stuff like this, politics, of course, all that good stuff. And then Nick's just a huge wealth of information in.
I thought you were gonna say I was huge, like muscular.
He's
Thanks,
huge.
dude. Freaking sweet.
Huge as well, muscular wise.
No, I'm not that big.
If you could see his stature right now, it's pretty impressive.
That's the number one comment I get is usually like, "Oh, I thought you'd be bigger," kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm working at it.
Yeah.
That's why I still go to the gym.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do is get bigger. Well, not exactly, but get stronger, and then
yeah, totally.
I guess just one thing leads to another. Like once you start getting stronger, it's like like right now we're doing a powerlifting program.
Yeah.
And really just focus on increasing those like 3 main lifts.
This is your first time, when we started lifting, that was like your first time doing like a program, right?
Like a hard program like that, yeah.
Like something that's on paper, that's consistent, that is specific. Like
what I used to do is just go on. I would just Google like best workout, and then I would look at all these little like men's fitness posts. Like yeah, they're great, but like it was just like focusing on one muscle group at a time.
Yeah.
And it was for no duration of time. Like do this week. It was no set. It was just like a like a Monday
for that day,
Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty basic. No rep range. I mean, just super basic information.
Yeah, I didn't start seeing my best results until I actually got on a consistent program. And there's a lot of really bad programs out there, and there's a lot of really good programs out there. But even a really bad program, something that is saying do this week to week and it is specific, and I might every program you can critique, but I mean that's an excellent way to start. Is have that and track your numbers. I didn't track my numbers for years while I was working out, and just because I would go into the gym and just do whatever randomness, and the randomness worked for a little bit, and then it got to a point where I was like, I can only squat like 225 pounds, and for some people that might be a lot. For some people that's like nothing. To me, in my head, that didn't really mean much, and the form was terrible too. So I was like, I want to be able to squat some like a good amount of weight. I want to be able to put some good amount of weight on the bench press too. I always thought I had like a decently developed upper body, but for some reason my numbers didn't really reflect it. So it was like the most embarrassing question if someone would ask me like, how much you bench, and I'd be like 185, and they're like, what?
Yeah, someone asked me like, how much you bench, and they're like, and I was like, I got 205 once, and then they were like, dang, that's it? And I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
And so they're just like stick guys, and they're like lifting, and so it's like, really, I mean, that's just a huge. There's body type, different body types, different muscle, different muscle types, I guess.
Yeah. And people throw out crazy numbers all the time. Like they're either lying or
do you even know if they're telling the truth? Yeah.
Totally not. I mean, it's probably like their buddy helped them out to pretty much did half the lift for them on the bench press, and then they're like, yeah, I got 315, but it's like you didn't really get it. You did a half rep, and your buddy spotted you through it. So, so that's also something that I really liked about powerlifting is that it's consistent. The form should look the same every single lift. It's more about practicing the sport, which is the lift, and getting good at the lift. There's certain requirements, rules. It is pretty strict on following certain forms so that it is consistent. So when you say I got this X number of pounds on the bar, if you hear that from a powerlifter, if they lifted this much, then it's really a lot easier to compare your numbers to theirs. Because it's standardized. It's okay on the bench press. You probably did a 1 count pause. You might have had a lift off, but you definitely didn't have somebody help you through the lift. In powerlifting, it's usually like a spotter shouldn't be spotting you unless like it's all the way down on your chest and you can't move it. Like if you're just barely eking it out, if you're still moving that bar, then the spotter shouldn't be a part of that lift whatsoever. So yeah, that's what I liked about powerlifting. It's more standardized.
Yeah, a lot of because before I even met you, I wasn't, I was not even squatting. I would maybe squat. I like called them squats. I would do like 2 sets of like 5, and I'd be like, oh yeah.
I feel that, yeah.
But when I started doing that like legs twice a week, I noticed my legs were definitely getting bigger. But still the weight wasn't really going up that much. It was pretty, I didn't like it. It hurt to do. Like it was hurting my knees, and I think that's where a lot of people, get trapped is because form is a huge aspect in doing the weight correctly, and then that's another topic we could always talk about, like how it prevents injury, like doing the workouts correctly will prevent injury, and if you're doing it right, you won't get injured at all. Not to say that you
possibly
won't,
so there's no such thing